Good morning, everyone. I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Presenting before you this wonderful tutorial is the mentor Hamburg Lehman. And of course, if you are new to this YouTube channel, consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and don't forget to share to others. Okay, and of course, if you're having challenges in any of the particular courses, ensure that you inbox me on the WhatsApp number projected on the screen, and I'll be able to give you a hint, especially on personal tuitions. Ensure that you register so that you shall be able to learn even more concepts. We have been given a question. This is redox reactions, and we've been asked to balance the following redox reaction in basic medium, and of course we've been awarded 8 marks for doing that. How do you balance an equation in basic medium? Remember, in my previous video I was showing you how to do it in acidic media. So the first thing that you do, the concept is the same, except in basic media there are just a few things which I would want you to get. So the first thing, of course, that we're going to do is to compute our equation into half reactions. So of course we're going to have this nitrate here, and then we're going to have our selenium 2 plus, and then we have been told that it is producing nitrogen monoxide plus this selenium 4 plus. So the first thing we do, of course, is to compute into half reactions. So of course we're going to have our nitrate there with its relative end product being nitrogen monoxide, like that. Of course we're going to have our selenium 2 plus, and then it's going to produce our selenium 4 plus. These are the half reactions. We can now balance the equation. We will first of all start with the nitrate. So we balance every other element except oxygen and nitrogen. Except oxygen and hydrogen. So in this case, nitrogen is already balanced. Okay. So since nitrogen is already balanced, we can now balance oxygen and hydrogen. So remember that we've got 3 oxygen this side. So we have 3 oxygen this side. The other end, we only have 1 oxygen. So because we only have 1 oxygen, we are going to add 2 water molecules. We balance oxygen using water molecules. So of course we're going to add 2 water molecules. Notice that oxygen is balanced now. Okay, so since oxygen is balanced, we can now balance hydrogen. Since we have 4 hydrogens this side, it implies we are going to add 4 hydrogens this side also. Okay, so we have 4 hydrogen there, and our 4 hydrogens this side. Okay, so we have balanced nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen. What are we remaining with? We need to balance the charges. So we've got a 4 plus this side, and then we've got this -1 on the nitrate. We just consider as -1. And then this side we've got a 0, there are no charges. So we are going to have 4 minus 1, and that gives us a 3. Okay, this implies that we need to lose 3 electrons in order for this equation to be balanced on our left hand side. So this is going to be 4 H plus 3 negatively charged electrons plus this nitrate, and that is going to produce nitrogen monoxide plus 2 H2O. Notice that this equation is now balanced because 4 minus 3, it's going to give us 1, minus 1, it will give us 0. So this equation is now balanced. Let's now balance this one. Notice that we've got selenium 2 plus on our left hand side and selenium 4 plus on our right hand side. it implies we need to lose at least 2 in order for it to balance. So we're going to add our 2 negatively charged electrons like that. Notice that we now have all of them balanced. We can now combine them since we have balanced the charges. So we're going to have our 4 plus. Okay, 4 plus our 3 negatively charged electrons plus what else we have? Okay, this is a nitrate. What are we producing? Okay, we are producing a nitrogen monoxide plus, okay, this is a 2H2O. Okay, and then here we have selenium 2 plus, and we say this producing selenium 4 plus we say that this is going to be 2 negatively charged electrons. So of course this equation we can now rewrite it. We are going to say 4 H plus 3 negatively charged electrons plus this guy here, and then plus 2H2O, and then we can get our equation, and then this is producing of course we can now combine by multiplying. Since we've got a 2 in the lowercase, this 2 is going to multiply the uppercase, and of course because we've got a 3 in the lowercase, this 3 is going to multiply the 3 is in the uppercase, so it will multiply the lowercase like that. Okay, we can get our ruler just to make it look neat. So 2 multiplied by 4H plus is going to give us 8H plus this is 2 multiplied by 3, this is going to give us 6 negatively charged electrons plus a 2 nitrate, and then all over giving us a 2 nitrogen monoxide plus this will be 4H2O, and then this is going to give us a 3 selenium 2 plus, and then this will give us a 3 selenium 4 plus 6 negatively charged electrons. So this guy and that guy can cancel. We can now combine our equation. This is going to be 8H plus 3 2 plus of selenium plus 2 nitrates. This is going to produce 3 selenium 4 plus plus this is going to be a 2NO plus a 4H2O. So now look at this, everything is balanced because we've got 8 hydrogen. We've got this is 6 oxygen, we've got 6 oxygen. We look at the charges. Okay, we can look at the charges. So we've got, so every other thing is balanced. Now let's look at the charges. We've got 8 plus this side. This is 3 multiplied by 2. This is going to give us a 6. And then this is 2 multiplied by -1. This will give us a minus. Okay, so if we do our calculations properly, this is going to be 8 plus 6. 14 minus 2 to give us a 12. How about this side? Is 3 multiplied by 4 is giving us a 12. So notice that every other thing is balanced. Now the question is saying we take it in basic media. To take an equation in basic media, all we want is to get rid of the hydrogen ion. So in this case, we're going to add hydroxides. So because we've got 8 hydrogen ions, it implies that we are going to add 8 hydroxides. So we're going to say plus 8 hydroxides ions, or hydroxyl. That's an hydroxyl ion, and that is what determines whether a compound is going to be basic or it's going to be acidic. Hydrogen determines acidic, hydroxy determines basic. And of course, we're going to have our 3 selenium 2 plus a 2 nitrate, giving us 3 selenium 4 plus a 2 nitrate. Remember that we added 8 hydroxy on the other side, so we also do the same on the other side. So what is going to happen is, whenever we have hydrogen and hydroxy ions reacting, we always form water. So this is just the same as 8H plus 8 hydroxy is going to produce 8H2O. So this is going to give us 8H2O plus 3 selenium plus 2 nitrates plus 3 selenium 4 plus 2 nitrates plus this 8 solidifies like that plus 4 H2O. We've got 8 water molecules, 4 water molecules, so they can cancel, and then we're going to remain with, okay, let me write the final equation on top. Let me just clear the board. Notice how I have balanced, I'm trying to balance the equation. And it should be able to make sense. So, if I cancel these water molecules, I'm going to remain with 4 H2O plus 3 selenium 2 plus 2 NO, and then this is going to give us a 3. This is going to be selenium 4 plus a 2 NO plus 8 OH. Notice that we've removed it from acidic media to basic media. Now we look at the charges. So this is going to be 3 multiplied by 2 plus, it's going to give us a 6 plus. Then this is 2 multiplied by negative 2, so this is going to give us, okay, this is going to give us a negative 2. So 6 minus 2, it's giving us 4 plus in basic media. How about the other end? Is 3 multiplied by 4, it's giving us a 12 plus. But notice that we've got 8 negatively charged hydrogens in this hydroxyl, so it's going to be minus 8, and that gives us a 4 plus, implying that our equation is balanced. So this is how you balance the equation in basic media. If you found this video interesting and helpful, consider subscribing and also hitting the like button. Thank you so much.